I want to talk a little bit about women who are going through menopause.
In our previous video, we explored the top 5 foods for hormone balance, essential for anyone looking to support their health naturally. Today, we're diving deeper into a related topic that affects millions of women worldwide: menopause. Menopause is a natural phase that every woman experiences, but the symptoms, ranging from hot flashes to mood swings, can be challenging. The good news is that what you eat can play a pivotal role in how smoothly you transition through menopause. By making mindful dietary choices, you can help balance your hormones, support your body's changing needs, and reduce uncomfortable symptoms. In this video, we'll share the top foods that can help you navigate menopause with greater ease, all based on the expert advice of Dr. William Li. For those of you who may not be familiar with him, Dr. William Li is an internationally recognized physician and scientist, known for his groundbreaking work in angiogenesis and the role of diet in disease prevention. His expertise in using food as medicine has transformed the lives of many, making his insights particularly valuable for anyone looking to improve their health naturally. Before we delve into the specific foods that can help during menopause, it's important to understand menopause and why diet plays such a crucial role in managing its symptoms.
I want to talk a little bit about women who are going through menopause. Menopause is actually this kind of change in life, usually around middle age, 40, 45, sometimes earlier, sometimes later. It can last a few years, but it can even last more than a decade. And researchers are looking at what types of foods are helpful to ameliorate, to relieve women with some of the symptoms of menopause. So, some of these symptoms are hot flashes, anxiety, discomfort, pain. So all kinds of things that are associated, not so good things, associated with menopause. So I want to explain a little bit of why it's important to balance hormones or counterbalance your hormones when you're in menopause. So let's first talk about those reproductive hormones that go down when you have menopause. Estrogen and progesterone are reproductive hormones. Now, estrogen is made by ovaries. Estrogen is made especially during puberty. It's responsible for breast development, ovulation. Ovulation is really their ovaries kicking out an egg so it can be fertilized for pregnancy. And estrogen is also important for menstruation. All right, you want to actually get ready for the next cycle. Estrogen is involved with that. If you actually have too much estrogen out of balance, you have menstrual problems. You can have a lot of anxiety. You can have a decreased sex drive. You can have depression. So too much estrogen is actually problematic. Now, you want to have balance. Progesterone is another sex hormone made by, not the ovaries, but the adrenal glands. Remember we talked about the adrenal glands? That's the sunny side up egg sitting on a mound of hash browns, or I said also an owl sitting on a tree stump. All right. You got the owl sitting on a tree stump. That's your adrenal gland. All right. So you want those to be in balance. Now, progesterone is also made by a little bit in the ovaries, and in the men, it's also made in testicles as well. What progesterone does is actually it helps to prepare the womb for pregnancy. It's sometimes called the pregnancy hormone. If you have too little progesterone, it's going to be hard to get pregnant. In fact, it often can lead to miscarriage. Now, if you got too much progesterone, guess what? That's been linked to breast cancer as well. So you want really good balance. You don't want too much. You don't want too little. So, I used to call that the Goldilocks zone. And not too hot, not too cold, not too hard, not too soft, just right. Estrogen and progesterone, you want them to do their thing in their right balance, okay? Now, during menopause, all right, in women, when their reproductive age is done, you've had all your kids, or you've never had kids, it's time to slow down and quit that business, all right? Your levels of estrogen and progesterone go way down. And guess what? When your estrogen levels go way down, it causes your bone density to decrease. When bone density decreases, your bones become brittle. That's called osteoporosis. You probably heard of that. That's actually more common. It can happen in any woman, but it's even more common in women like Asian women who have small bones that become really brittle, like bird bones. All right. Too little estrogen also causes mood disorders, depression, anxiety. Can go both ways. All right. And too little estrogen causes hot flashes. Talk to any woman who has either gone through menopause or is going through menopause and ask her what she thinks about hot flashes. And she'll probably tell you it is one of the most bothersome, disturbing symptoms of undergoing menopause. So a hot flash is what you'll be sitting there perfectly fine, and because your hormones are out of balance, suddenly you feel this huge flush in your body. Your temperature goes way up. You start sweating. It's very, very uncomfortable. For no apparent reason, your body goes into a hot flash. All right. And it can last for minutes. It can last for even a little bit longer. And it feels like something's wrong with your body. So for a long time, we didn't know what causes the hot flash, but now we know it's like your hormones are out of balance, which is the whole purpose of this video. We're going to talk about how you balance your hormones. When your estrogen is out of balance, all right, it changes the thermostat that's in a brain of a woman. Now, our brains contain a thermostat, all right, in the hypothalamus. That's like a kind of a control center of your brain. It's like the dashboard of your brain. And when estrogen goes way low and your hormones are out of balance, that thermostat doesn't know how to readjust itself. In fact, it normally has a pretty good range. You know, you can go up and down, and you're fine. Your body knows how to control good temperature on a hot day and a cold day. But during menopause, because the hormones are out of balance, your thermostat goes from a comfortable range to a really, really narrow range. And when it's dealing with a narrow range, it's really hard to adjust. You know, like when you're playing with the volume of something and it's like too soft and you turn it and boom, it goes too loud. Oh, too loud, you turn it down. Now it goes suddenly too soft. That's basically the equivalent in temperature of hot flash when you've got a volume control switch like on a radio that you actually can't control properly. So that's what we think is going on with menopause and hot flashes, is that the temperature control system in your brain, the thermostat of your brain, goes from being wide and normal, like most of a woman's life, to suddenly become narrow. And the body doesn't know how to operate within that narrow range. It overcorrects or undercorrects, and you get these hot flashes, all right, even at regular temperatures. No apparent reason whatsoever. Another consequence of our hormones out of balance are sleep disturbances, right? Women who are undergoing menopause, they have a hard time sleeping. Now, hot flashes can wake them up. That's a problem as well. And as you probably know, we should be getting 8 hours of good sleep. Now, what happens? Because when you're sleeping really well for 8 hours, your metabolism is doing its thing. It actually burns down excess body fat. The other thing that's happening when you're sleeping is your gut microbiome reboots itself. Your immune system actually starts to reset and strengthen itself up. Your brain also clears toxins that have accumulated during the day through a special sewer system called glymphatic channels. Glymphatic, glymphatic system. It's like the sewer systems of Paris, except they're in your brain. They open up only when you're sleeping in good deep sleep to drain all those toxins. You don't get good sleep. Guess what? You get brain fog. You know why? Because you haven't drained those toxins. And this is actually what happens during menopause when hormones are out of balance and you aren't able to control your temperature and you wind up having sleep disturbances. It is a real problem. Okay, so the holy grail for women who are going through menopause is finding something that can help them control their hormone levels. So estrogen replacement therapy or hormone replacement therapy, HRT, is something that medical doctors actually recommend to women who have real difficulty with their symptoms, right? It can drive somebody crazy, right? So you want to actually talk to your doctor if you're having severe menopause syndrome. And HRT actually is about trying to help your body get a little bit better in control of balance. That could be really important for your quality of life and ultimately for things like osteoporosis as well. You should always talk to your doctor about what the pluses and minuses and what are the cautions of the estrogen, the hormone replacements that are being used.
Now that we have a clearer understanding of menopause and its effects on the body, let's explore the top foods Dr. William Li recommends to help you manage these changes and support your health.
When it comes to food as medicine, clinical studies have shown that women who are undergoing menopause, the women who eat more fruits and vegetables, more polyphenols, get more dietary fiber, have better gut health, all right, better gut microbiome, they tend to have fewer menopausal symptoms.
Dr. Li highlights the importance of a diet rich in fruits and vegetables, which are packed with polyphenols and dietary fiber. Polyphenols, powerful antioxidants found in colorful fruits and vegetables, help to reduce inflammation, a common issue during menopause. Dietary fiber supports digestion and helps stabilize blood sugar levels, which is essential for managing energy levels and preventing weight gain.
And their symptoms tend to be less severe as well. So another argument for eating produce, plant-based foods, eating, specifically thinking about your gut microbiome, which reduces inflammation, which text messages your brain, lowers anxiety, better social hormones, all kinds of good with that. So that's what clinical research has been showing so far for women who are undergoing menopause. Polyphenols, dietary fiber, good for menopause.
Incorporating a variety of colorful fruits and vegetables into your diet is one of the best ways to nourish your body during menopause. Berries, leafy greens, and cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and kale are particularly beneficial. Not only do they provide essential vitamins and minerals, but their high polyphenol content helps combat inflammation. Plus, the fiber in these foods aids digestion and can help keep your weight in check, an added bonus as your metabolism may slow during this time. Number 2. Vitamin D.
Vitamin D has been shown to be helpful through clinical studies with women who experience menopause. Where do you get vitamin D in your food? Mushrooms, yogurt, salmon's a good source of vitamin D, some vitamin D, and eggs. Eggs can have vitamin D as well.
Vitamin D is essential for bone health, especially as estrogen levels drop during menopause, increasing the risk of osteoporosis.
Now, this vitamin D helps to build bones, right? Remember I told you, low estrogen, your bones get weak, osteoporosis. Vitamin D can counter that. That's actually balancing things at the end, sort of at the outcome level, right? So not treating the root cause, but actually trying to counter some of the side effects that can happen with this hormonal imbalance. Look, all women who are undergoing menopause are at risk, so vitamin D is helpful.
Dr. Lee suggests foods rich in vitamin D, such as fortified yogurt, sun-exposed mushrooms, and eggs, to help maintain bone density and overall skeletal strength. As estrogen levels decrease during menopause, maintaining bone health becomes even more critical. Number 3. Omega-3 fatty acids.
Well, in women undergoing menopause, omega-3s seem to be pretty important. They actually help to promote healthy blood vessels, which I study. And why do you need to actually get better blood vessels? Well, women after menopause are at higher risk for cardiovascular, heart, brain, and blood vessel diseases. And so you want to be able to make sure you've got good, healthy blood vessels, right? So this is, again, food that's a counter to some of the side effects that come out with menopause. We talked about this, oily fish and not so oily fish like salmon and cod, shellfish, mussels, clams, shrimp, lobster. By the way, if you're a woman experiencing menopause, go ahead, live it up. You deserve it for your heart health. Go ahead and have yourself some lobster. It's got omega-3s, going to be good for you.
Omega-3 fatty acids are a must-have during menopause, not only for their heart health benefits, but also for their role in supporting cognitive function and emotional well-being.
Here's another food that's been shown to help women experience fewer and milder menopausal symptoms.
Number 4, whole grains.
Whole grain bread, whole grain pasta, whole grains, for your cereal. Good for you. That's actually another thing that you can actually add to your shopping list is foods made with whole grains.
Whole grains like quinoa, brown rice, and oats provide a steady source of energy and are rich in essential nutrients like magnesium and B vitamins. These nutrients are vital for maintaining energy levels, supporting the nervous system, and keeping your metabolism running smoothly during menopause. Number 5, protein.
Hormones are made with protein. But guess what? When your estrogen actually goes down, your in a woman's body, the maintenance of muscle isn't quite as good as before menopause. So you can start to lose muscle mass, lose strength, and you need to eat protein in order to have those amino acids to build muscle mass. So you want to actually make sure you're countering the loss of muscle mass during menopause by having more protein. So what are some proteins that come from plants? Soy, lentils, beans. I like white beans. For some reason, I just like white bean soup, white bean stews. I like them, but all beans are really good. Black beans, pinto beans, kidney beans. They're a beneficial source of protein. They're good for women who are undergoing menopause. Now, another good source of building block foods for your body to strengthen your muscles and your joints is collagen. Collagen is actually a type of protein that's beneficial. And when you actually have collagen, the collagen that you eat goes into your stomach acid digests it. And then these little fragments of cut up collagen, because the acid digests it, go into your bloodstream. And these collagen fragments actually activate biological systems in your body. They turn on your cells to be able to lower inflammation, but also to build better joints by connective tissue in your body as well. Another source of collagen, besides, you can eat meat that contains a collagen, like beef tendon, but you can also have bone broth is another good source, and gelatin as well. You're going to eat Jell-O, by the way. We all ate Jell-O when we were kids, right? That bright green fluorescent stuff with the red stuff. Just get plain. Don't have anything added to it. You don't want artificial coloring. You don't want artificial flavoring. We were fooled when we were kids. Like that, all that stuff was artificial stuff. But you can flavor gelatin yourself with fresh, ripe fruit, just whatever the season is. If it's the summertime, use fresh, ripe peaches or strawberries. If it's wintertime, you can actually use citrus. You can actually make your own flavored gelatin, and that's a good source of protein through the collagen. Also good for your joints as well.
Menopause is a significant transition in a woman's life, but it doesn't have to be overwhelming. By making informed dietary choices, you can support your body through this phase with grace and resilience. Remember, every small change can make a big difference, and nourishing your body with the right foods is a step toward a healthier, happier you. Don't forget to check out the video on top 5 foods for hormone balance to continue learning how to support your body naturally.